Okay, so um, this week is going to be more interesting in some ways. What I'm trying to do is one of the key thing about running a business is how to organize your life, right? Most of the projects fail because they don't have discipline and they don't know how to juggle with multiple tasks, right? Um, so what we as a business owner, one of the things you want to learn is first of all how to organize your life, which means you're gonna have personal tasks, personal life, paying bills and kids and whatnot, right? And then you'll have your business life where you have customers, you have delivery, you manufacturing yourself, you have a lot of different things, right? Um, um, if you don't organize it, you will fall behind. And if you fall behind, you'll hate yourself that you ever started this business, right? And so uh, one of the things you need to do is make sure that you use calendar as much as possible, right? Um, uh, all the priorities that you have, make sure you update the priorities in your um, in your calendars, right? You need to understand if you have two tasks, one task is probably more important than the other task. One task has a dependency of the other task, right? Uh, all the things that if you understand early enough, you will organize your life much better. And then once you form this habit, eventually um, it becomes a second nature, right? Nowadays, there are a lot of tools available that also can help you. Um, so let's look at some of those tools. How many of you heard of this thing called Gantt charts? Any idea what a Gantt chart is? Nope. Okay. So I can provide um, again, this is just a site, but I'll provide a link here. All right. So a Gantt chart is um, if you plan for your project, right? Uh, there'll be task list, things that you wanted to do, right? These lines are um, the vertical list, okay? And I'll show you in a minute. Then there are timelines. Timelines are this horizontal across, which means if you have a task, let's say, I don't know, manufacture 100 t-shirts, okay? So that's your task. Um, and then you kind of say, okay, I wanted to do it in um, uh, 10 hours, for example. Okay. So you would have a horizontal line. So you have a start time and an end time, right? For that task. A deadline is basically where you can say, okay, beyond this, I will have problems. Okay, so yeah, that's your deadline. Um, then there's some dependencies. Dependencies are, let's say you need to deliver this t-shirts by um, let's say by end of this week. Okay. Let's say you need to deliver them by Monday morning. You need to have them shipped, right? And then you have let's say Friday coming up, which means you're gonna produce t-shirts all day long, right? then you need to have a labeling and shipping and things like that, right? Marked. Um, so you cannot do that until you produce those t-shirts, right? But you can buy boxes, for example, buy stamps, things like that you can buy without, so there's no dependency on making the t-shirts, right? So there's some tasks that doesn't require other tasks to be finished, right? And then there are some tasks that are dependent on other tasks, right? So that's our dependency. So this is an example of a Gantt chart. Uh, let's say, okay. So this task, these are different tasks, right? So let's say I want to have a photo, I want to build a photo, I want to edit photo, I want to test that, and I want to finish it, right? So this is my complete task, okay? So what do you do? Okay, so you create a task saying, okay, I'm gonna do this between this date and that date. And you can also have hours. This is actually multiple day task. And you can see that there's a progress bar right here. So this blue, dark blue line is your progress. So in this case, it's 20%, 24% is 1/4 task finish, right? Then this task is actually depends on this task because there's this line coming out, right? Um, which means if I move this one day, this would also need to be moved one day because there's a this dependency. This line is a dependency. However, this green task is not is not dependent on anything else, right? So you can see that if you move this, this would not move, right? And then this is the end point. This is where I want to be, right? So there are a lot of free tools available. Let's see if there's a free Gantt chart. Well, let's look at it. Oh, look at that. Let me share this with you. I did not know that they have a free one. That's great. I'm going to put it in the chat. Okay. So there's already a one task that is already there, right? And then if I move this green, so let's say if I can just drag this, right? I can drag this and move it here. You can see everything moves, right? And that is because there's this dependency. Now, I can add another task. Let's say if I add another task, and you guys can do it as well. So you can say, okay, I want to give it an ID, 6 by default, whatever. It's and you can change it as well. I'm gonna give it a yellow color, right? And zero progress. It starts on 7th and ends on, let's say, I don't know, 8th for now. Okay. So I've created this task. You can do that as well. Let's try that. I'm trying to teach you this very basic skill. You can do this now. There are actually tools available that does much better job than this. But I still want you to, learn this one because this is a great tool visually, and also you can see what's going on. Nowadays, you have like a form-based tool where you can say, oh, I want this task, that task, and it's automatically calculates everything for you and all that stuff, right? So, okay. Everyone got it? Can open it, add the task? Okay. So now, um, you can name it. So let's say this task, I want to name, I don't know, uh, purchase supplies. Okay. The second task is then, so I need supplies, then print t-shirts. Okay. instead of purchase t-shirts, let's say supplies t-shirts. Okay, so you need to purchase t-shirts, then you need to print it, right? Um, then you need to package t-shirts, right? So you cannot really print until you purchased it. You cannot package it until you print it, right? So now you have this dependency. So let's say you were expecting to purchase this on 7th. Okay, I'm just gonna reduce it because it's just a 1 day task probably, right? Because you're gonna purchase it 1 day or it's gonna get delivered on that day. But let's say you ordered it and it's coming on 7th. All right. But somehow Amazon said that, you know what, we have a delay, so we're gonna send it to you on 9th. So what you do is you move this to 9th, right? As soon as you move this to 9th, you can see your end date automatically moves, right? Because you cannot sacrifice printing it because you know it's going to take, a number of days. Packaging probably going to take a number of days or something, right? So automatically you know that your milestone is gonna um, get moved automatically, right? Let's say this task is, I'm gonna name it purchase stamps. Okay. I don't know. I need stamps. Um, so I can make this a dependency on this guy. Okay. So the way to do this is I'm gonna take this dot and I'm gonna drag it and I say I need to purchase it before um, I package it, right? Because I need to put that stamp on the package, let's say. Oops. Uh, okay. So now I've created dual dependency, right? Which means I need to purchase the stamps. If I don't have the stamps, let's say, then I cannot package it. Or maybe purchase boxes. Let's put it that way instead of stamps. Boxes, right? Purchase boxes. Now, imagine that the I ordered the boxes, right? But they're coming on 8th, which is fine because packaging I'm going to do it, let's say on 4th, right? So it's all good. But let's say suddenly there's a supply issue with the boxes. I have t-shirts, I can start printing no problem, but boxes hasn't arrived. So what I said, somebody said, oh, you know what? It's going to be arriving on 20th. Look what happens. As soon as I do that, everything moves, right? And that is because now, because there's a dependency, I cannot start packaging until I have boxes, right? In that case, what I want to do is also I can move this up ahead a little bit after the print. So then there's a clear dependency, right? But as you can see, this has no other dependency, right? Because the yellow one. Any questions? So this is different than your calendar. I think you need something like this to um, get your a project, um, you know, visualize how you're gonna achieve your goals, right? Um, and this is just the one thing, right? Maybe there are billings, maybe you have to pay somebody, right? So let's say after this, you delivered it, and then maybe the money will come in your account some other point, and then you have some bills to pay, right? So you put those tasks as well. Say, okay, I need to pay XYZ bill, but I cannot pay until I have money coming in, right? So you put that dependency. So everything, so you can visually see how your um, things would move. This is online Gantt chart, which is pretty neat. Um, And then there's actually a Microsoft project that is also, again, it's a project management tool. Okay. It's a very famous. They were the first one, I think, to build this. Okay. If you have a Microsoft account, you can use it. Um, let's see, do I have it? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try. See if you have it, a free account. I don't know if you do or not, but I'm gonna try. See if you have it. Okay, let me share my screen. Maybe I do have access. I don't know. You guys see if you log into your account and see if it lets you do it. I can create a new plan, blank plan. Oh, no subscription to create a project. Okay, I don't have it. Okay, that's fine. So you can see there like a project management, you know, tools available, and things like that. But I guess I don't have any subscription. I would just say use the free online tool uh to to build your project plans. Um, yeah. I don't know if it allows. I think it allows you to save it. Okay. So there's no sign up required, no download required. Free. Let's say save. Oh, okay. So I can save it locally and then load it, import, export. So the way it works is let's say I save this locally. If I save, I can save it on my computer, right? And then next time I open it, I would just go and open that file from my computer and it would get loaded. Okay. So that's how it works, which is fine. I think you don't need an online account, right? Any questions?
Well, I logged into my Microsoft account and it let me sign into the project, so that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What what kind of you probably paid some, I guess. Do you pay extra or something?
Um, I
Which,
do have a Microsoft subscription.
no, which is it a BCC email or um your personal email?
This one's actually my personal one.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have other tools, right? You can see project management tool here.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
These are these are really nice tools you can use. Um, you can actually create a business plan, right? You can create a vision, what skills do you need? You can do research and marketing, all of these, right? So this gives you all the nice tools that require to start your business. And it also help you desk tickets. So desk tickets are pretty interesting. So let's say if you have a business, right? Um, you can you can create tickets like let's say somebody said, oh, let's say you have two or three employees, right? And somebody say, I can't I can access to my computer, right? So they can log in your business account and they can create a ticket. Say, hey, I can't connect to my printer, right? And then you can move this to investigation and let's say once you find some guy who can fix your computer, you can put it in progress and then eventually so you have a visual uh, a place where you can visualize everything to see, which one is, and you can also set up alarms so that it says, oh, this hasn't been delivered, so you need to deliver this, right? So that's pretty nice. Um, and obviously there's a CRM. Okay. Um, so CRMs are these softwares. Let's see if I can find the definition of CRM. Okay. Customer relationship management, right? Um, this, you know, basically you have, let's say you're selling t-shirts on, you know, multiple platforms, or maybe you're selling wholesale, right? Um, or something like that. If you're using Shopify or something, then that's kind of like your um one place where you do everything, right? They'll take care of a lot of these things, okay, for you. But if you if you need to if you need to manage yourself, right? Um, let's say you need to meet some customers, right? Where you're gonna sell your products. In that case, these are the leads. You need to go talk to them, right? Um, for sales, right? You can set up a meeting. You can follow up. Say, hey, this guy's I need to follow up. Maybe has a potential customer, right? So all of these can be you can do it from here. Um, so you can create a marketing campaign. You can do software development a task. Again, I think this is a little bit more than outside the scope of this class, but I use software development a, a product which which allows you to actually manage your tasks, software development tasks. So if you have, let's say, I don't know, five or six developers. You can say, okay, one person need to build this, second person need to build this, how much they have done and things like that. I can actually show you one tool that we use. This is a Jira tool, right? That's really good tool where somebody say, oh, I need to build this. You provide a description, who's going to do this, what kind of environment they're going to use, how do we build this, right? All of these are written here. And you can look at the timeline of all your tickets, like all the developments that is being done, right? Things like that. Um, there is something called backlog, which means um, something that you wanted to do, but you don't have any time right now. You put in a backlog so you can keep track of those things as well. So I'm just showing you my actual raw project. But anyway, um, you guys probably don't do much, except I think one person has a project for software development. Um, so yeah, they can use, and you can build a roadmap and everything. Um, yeah. Actually, let me see which account I use. Oh, you know what? I have another account. Let me see if I can create one from that account. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, let me share my screen. I don't think it has any of these tools, but let's see. Can I create a plan? Oh yeah, it has some tools. Um, let's say if I create a simple plan, okay, I'm gonna test plan. All right. Private. So I can make it private or public. I'm just gonna make it a private plan. All right. So I can, it's almost like a to-do list, you can see, right? And I can create task. I can monitor what's in progress. Um, let's say if I add this add duration or add attachment, where does it go? Can I drag and drop here? No. Okay, I'm gonna add a task. Okay. Okay, I've added this task. And then I can say, can move this task to in progress, right? Now it's in progress. Let's say if I get blocked, which means I something is, let's say I was supposed to get some stuff online, but it's not available. But that's called block, right? So I can move it to blocked, which means I can't really do this because I don't really have um any any way to solve this, right? So usually you can look at this and say, okay, this person I used to make this t-shirts, right, which no longer available to me. So what should I do, right? Um, so that's how it works, right? Let's see what else is there. So that's a simple plan. So software development, employee onboarding. I think they're all exactly the same. Um, you can see it has the same you know, look and feel. So, you know, best onboarding, right? Okay. So let's say you're bringing some new person in, right? So you need to sign some paperwork for them, right? So this is called post onboarding, post offer acceptance, which means once they accepted the offer, you need to set up a start date for them. You need to, have some paperwork for them to sign and all that stuff, right? Maybe you need to create a company account for them to log in your system and all that stuff. You probably went through it. When you join Peralta, right? You have to have a Peralta ID and all that stuff. This is how it works. And then you have some orientation. Orientation is basically you introduce them to your employees and, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So these are all of these are actually uh and I think I have only limited plan because whichever subscription my company has um doesn't have anything more than that. Okay. These are the things that I have. And again, there are so many different tools that are available um that um that you can use. There's a one tool that I will provide in the in the canvas, which you can try it out. Um, I think that one is free, but let me know. I haven't used in a while, but let me know if it works for you now or not, right? But anyway, the simple Gantt chart works. Um, any of the business tool that you work. Sometimes, simplicity is the best policy, right? You want to start with something very simple rather than using a lot of complicated tools, right? Ultimately, what you want to do is make sure that the task that you have getting done, and then you have a clear picture of your delivery, right? So just in case if something goes wrong, you know how it's going to impact your business. So you can do something about it, right? Um, if you don't have any of these tools, then what happens is there is some slippage somewhere, and everything would break after that, right? So that's the key. All right. So I'll also provide some homework as well for today. And the homework will be um, what you do for your project, right? You write a little plan, like how we did it for the Gantt chart. Either you can use a Gantt chart or any other tools. I'm okay with it completely, right? Whichever works. Um, and then you can create a snapshot of that, and then provide in the just write a little paragraph of which tool you're going to use and why, right, for your project, and then provide a snapshot of your Gantt chart or calendar, whatever you're gonna use, right, or whatever software tool you use um, to um, produce that. I'll release that homework probably by end of today. It should be pretty simple to follow. Yeah, and it's up to you what you do. Just because every business is different, right? So, yeah. Any questions? Okay. Yeah, even though this is, you know, something very generic, I think I can uh um I can emphasize it more the importance of this part. Most of the business fails because they cannot manage their business properly. Um, and then it's a chaos. If you have two people, you can still manage things. When you have more people, more and more people coming in, then it becomes a huge chaos, right? If you don't have right tools in place. So then you need project manager, and that costs. So you want to do your project management, right? So that's why these tools help you tremendously to get that done, right? And then you will learn as you go along. Nowadays, there are a lot of AI tools as well, which is pretty cool, right? Um, like let's see, AI project management project tools. Okay. Explore some of them. I've not used um some of these tools, but let's say Dart project management tool. I don't know what this is. Let's say what this is. Task execution. So it's the same thing. You can see the views are pretty same. You have you're gonna do something, you're doing something, you're completed something, you're blocked on something, right? All of these things are somewhere you have the same view, right? And what AI does, it reminds you, put some, help you build stuff, right? Automatically and things like that, right? I would say, if you have time, play around with some AI stuff, right? Because the world is moving towards AI, and you should too, right? So look at these tools and see um, which one makes sense. Play around with some free tools. Okay, every company nowadays provides. Mondays are probably one of the most, I guess, Monday.com. You probably heard a lot about it. Asana is one of the tools, right? All right. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, cool. All right. I'll provide these links in the Canvas so for you guys to review, and I'll provide the homework by end of today as well. All right.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. Thank you guys, and yeah, have a good weekend. I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks.